Well, it finally stopped raining today, and a lot of people wanted to get their lawnmowers or their equipment back today. So let's see, 3 people. I said I took one mower back. I delivered it. I had 3 2-cycle pieces of equipment. I think it was a blower, a weed eater, and a chainsaw. I diagnosed those today and got them out of here. That was interesting. That was just bad gas in all 3. So their can of gas must have been bad. I just put new gas on it and they all 3 started up. And I know the trolls are going to tell me you shouldn't charge for that, but they'll be the same people to tell you that you're supposed to charge for diagnostics. So I don't know. You can't have it both ways. I literally did a diagnostic, put gas in it, which is mine. I put money into that. And now they're going to say, no, you shouldn't charge for that. So, but I just charged them the hourly 1 hour rate. I didn't charge them individually for each piece. And then so I picked up a pressure washer today, and then we had a chainsaw that somebody picked up. So the only thing that's left to be picked up, oh, and I took back that mower. That lady asked me if I could deliver it, so I delivered to her mower. After months of it being here, she finally got it back. Just so you know, I don't advertise that pickup and delivery. If they ask, I'll say yes, but I don't advertise it. So waiting on this lady, June 2nd, she says, but I can already tell. I just got this feeling that she's going to forget about it. She'll have her money spent before she even thinks about that tiller. This guy's from Kansas City, so he'll be back probably next week or so. He'll get that one back, and then this guy will be back next Saturday. Today is Saturday. He said he'll be back next Saturday, so asked me to deliver it next Saturday. So that's all done. So I'm getting a bit of a break today. Other than, the customers coming to pick up their stuff, I don't have anything to work on, except for those 3 pieces of 2-cycle. But like I said, I just was going to do a quick diagnostic on them. All I was going to do is try to start them, put starting fluid in it. If they started, great. If they didn't, then order parts. That's all I was going to do. So they just happened to run. So my point is I got paid for it already. So the guy that had the 2-cycle stuff, when he brought it over, he had this box full of air filters and stuff. I mean, I don't know what all was in it. I just saw a couple air filters, and it was a big box. He says, here, you can have this. And I said, oh, no, I don't want to barter. He said, no, we're not bartering. Okay. There has been times in the past where people have said that and still expect some sort of bartering. And that's why I put the rule in place that I'm not going to take things. So the first time was the first year we opened. Somebody gave me a lawnmower, brand new, not brand new, a 2-cycle lawnmower, Craftsman. It smoked a bit, but ran great. Other than the smoking, it ran pretty good. So I replaced the head gasket and I sold it. Well, at the same time, he wanted me to work on his John Deere. And there was a part that I couldn't get. It was obsolete. It ran. We got it to run, but it just wasn't running perfectly. And so I let him know that the part was obsolete. And really the only thing we could do is get a new engine. And he was upset about it. So, of course, I did a lot of extra work to it. He approved everything. I didn't do anything to it that he didn't approve. It just, when we got to the final step, realized, nope, they don't have that part. I don't know what to do. So he was upset that he got charged for all that labor and parts when it still wasn't perfect. So he gave me that lawnmower. He says, I see that you sold that lawnmower. I said, yes, I did. And And now you're wanting to, you know, and so he was implying, I can't remember exactly what he said, but he definitely was implying that he wanted some sort of deal on the John Deere because he gave me the Craftsman. Even though I said, no, you know, no, he said that free and clear, no bartering, free and clear. Because I think I said I don't want to barter. But he wanted to barter. The problem with that is, you know, people want to barter with lawnmowers, is, let's say I worked on his John Deere and I got $200 invested in that John Deere. And so he gives me this other lawnmower, and I have to put $200 into that lawnmower. So if I give him his mower back, that means I have $200 here and $200 there. That's a $400 in investments for those pieces of equipment. So I sell the Craftsman for $400. That only paid me back what I was invested in. I didn't make any money on either machine. It was everything, it was just free. It was free. So I didn't make anything. And a lot of mechanics get tied up into this, where they're just trading stuff. And I don't know what their gain is. They're not gaining anything. I think it's just a really bad investment, so I don't want to do it. This thing right here, a little bit different, but not much. I don't know if you can see it. This thing, this lift. I went over there, and now this was the first year, and he says, I've got this ATV, it needs a new battery. Would you do that? And I said, no, I don't want to work on the ATV. Well, he talked me into it anyways. So I got the battery, went over there, I put it in, and it was a nightmare to put in. You know, it's a real bolts and tiny little space up underneath the gas tank. It was terrible. So while I was there, he says, would you take a look at my zero turn? It's not starting either. I said, okay. Well, it needed a battery also. So I ran all the way in town, got a battery, came back, put it in. Then he said, he wanted to give me this. I said, no, I don't want to barter. I need the money. Oh, no, this is not barter. So when I said, okay, this is how much the 2 batteries and all that's going to cost, he says, let me see if I can go find the cash. Well, what do you mean? Let's see if you can go find the cash. You knew this is a cash transaction, and you just kept asking for more stuff. And what does that mean? So then he, every time that I have talked to him, he has implied, or at least asked about the lift. I was very clear on the lift that I did not want to barter. He was very aware that this was if you're going to give it to me, it's a gift, you're going to give it to me. That's the end of the story. But it's never the end of the story. Because he has brought it up every time. He showed up this last March, I guess, wondering if I could work on a zero turn. Said, yeah, sure, yeah. You still got that lift? Yep. Is it working out pretty good for you? Yeah, it works okay. I mean, you know, I've had to rebuild it a couple times, but yeah, it works. Well, that's good. But he never brought the zero turn because he was waiting for me to say, yeah, bring that zero turn over. We'll just call it an even swap. But working on a zero turn would have been a lot more money than what that is. So, you know, I guess what I'm trying to say is maybe barter is the wrong word. They want recognition. They want recognition for it. They want to say, oh, look at me. I'm going to be a good person. I'm going to give you this. Okay, great. But now you need to be a good person and give me something. So it's not a barter. It's an expectation that I be just as good to them as they were to me. I said in the very get-go, I didn't want to trade. I didn't want to barter. So maybe I'm using the wrong word. I don't know. So the guy comes back today to pick up that 2-cycle equipment, those 3 pieces. And he's still got that box in the back of the truck, and he says, you want this yet? Now that the negotiations are over, you know, you're already handing me money. No, I don't want it. I don't want to get into that. And you could tell he was offended that I wouldn't take it. He wanted recognition of some sort, that he gave me some good stuff. But it's never good stuff. I mean, somebody gave me some air filters a while, that first year. I've not used them. I mean, they're just useless. They're just sitting there. Essentially, what he wants me to do is take his trash, throw it in a dumpster, and burn it. That's all he wants. He doesn't want to get rid of them. He wants me to get rid of them. There was another guy. Brought me a lawnmower. Dropped it off. Didn't stay very long. Didn't say much. Just here, you can have it. It doesn't run. And I was literally like, I don't know. I don't really want it. This was, again, the first year when I'm trying to figure everything out. No, I'll keep it. If you don't want it, just scrap it. So now I got more work to do to scrap things. Because all I do is call the scrap guy. He comes and picks everything up at the end of the season. Well, it turned out the only thing that was wrong with it was the bale. The thing you have to grab up here was on upside down. So I flipped it upside right and it worked great. So I messaged him right back and I said, hey, there's nothing wrong with this. The bale was upside down. Come get your lawnmower. Nope. You can have it. Now, he claimed to be a retired cop. No, not that time. I guess he didn't. Yeah, maybe, I don't know. But anyway, a year later, he shows back up and he points to this lawnmower that's sitting in the yard. Now, I've already sold that lawnmower. I mean, he told me it was mine. I tried to give it back to him. He wouldn't. So he comes back and he says, that's my lawnmower right there. Well, it wasn't. It was a customer's lawnmower. I know exactly. And I said, no, sir, that's the customer's. He says, how do you know? Maybe you sold it to that guy and he brought it back and now you're working on it again. Okay, well, it's still his. I didn't know who he was. I had no idea. Couldn't figure it out. Well, I'm a retired police officer. And he wanted recognition for something. I think he wanted that mower. You know, last year he gave it up, and now this year he's like, oh, I need a mower, so I'm just going to go over and try to bully myself into it. Well, I told him he was trespassing. He's going to have to leave. If you're a cop, then you know exactly what I'm saying. You got to go. Well, I went back and tried to figure out who this was, and sure enough, I remembered who gave it to me. Because at the time when he was yelling at me, he's a a retired police officer. I didn't know who he was. So I went back, looked at the stuff that was given to me, and I realized it was him. So I went and looked at him on Facebook, because that's, where all the interaction took place initially. And he was a retired police officer from Ferguson, Missouri. Now, if you remember your history, back in 2017, 2016, maybe 2015, somewhere around there, Ferguson was that big riot in St. Louis. That's hands up, don't shoot type of thing. That's where I think all that stuff came from. So it was a big riot. Well, he was a police officer at that department in Ferguson, Missouri. Well, we learned that Ferguson, Missouri was a corrupt police department. So I don't want to get involved in all this interaction with people. I don't want to be social. I've said that so many times. I don't want to be your friend. I don't understand these hidden, secretive handshake rules. I don't understand them. They're not in my vocabulary. If you say you don't want to barter and you're going to give me something, that means you give me cash when you actually want me to work on your stuff. That's what that means to me. But it's not what it means to them. They don't see it that way. They see it as, oh, I know he wants cash, but since I gave him that stuff, he's going to give me a discount, right? No, that's bartering. Just because you said I don't want to barter doesn't make it any less of a barter, if that's what you're expecting. Red just crossed the street. Now she's coming back. She knows she's in trouble. She heard me raising my voice to the camera. She's never been in trouble a day in her life. She doesn't know what trouble is since she's been here. So I don't think I'm wrong. I feel like I went from accepting things and realizing that people still expect a barter to I'm not taking anything, and now they're mad because I won't take it. I don't know how to bridge this gap. I don't want to reduce your price on stuff I work on because you gave me something. How do I get around that? I don't know if there's an answer. If I take it, they expect a discount. If I don't take it, they get mad and offended that I didn't take it. So I will give them a discount. That's what they're looking for, is a discount. They just don't want to say it. And they want to give me their garbage for the discount. And that's all it is to me. It's just garbage. I'm not going to use it. I don't know the quality of it. You'd have to go and research all the part numbers, figure out what equipment to go on, then you got to tag it and shelf it and all. I'm not doing that. I'm not a warehouse here. So if you'll click this up next box, take the video over to my other channel. Really appreciate it if you go check it out. So if I can inspire you, don't barter with a guy who doesn't want to barter, so you can live your dreams. Thanks for watching.